Already, two bodies are handling the disputes arising from the just concluded exercise, IEBC and Political Parties Dispute Resolution Tribunal. But the essence of time is what is worrying most of the complainants. With just 7 days to handle the disputes, IEBC's Dispute Resolution Committee started off on a wrong footing this morning when it adjourned without listening to even one complaint, meaning they have only 6 days to conclude the colossal number of complaints that have arisen.
Complainants were there, but none of the parties really was ready to proceed because, one, they never served these complaints to the parties or to respondents.
The committee had received 110 complaints from all other parties except ODM and TNA, who were given a different day to file their complaints based on the huge number of complaints expected from the two parties. The tribunal has, however, stated that it will only listen to complaints after all internal party dispute resolution avenues have been exhausted.
We will not shy away even from revoking any nomination that we think was not rightly done. It doesn't matter whether the party will remain without a candidate or not. We'll actually handle our mandate very, very competently.
But even as IEBC is trying to clean the mess created by parties, their effort and that of the Political Parties Dispute Resolution Tribunal is facing another hurdle. One aspirant from Kajiado is heading to the court Thursday to challenge the legitimacy of the two bodies to handle complaints arising from individual parties. The petitioner is arguing that the two bodies cannot resolve nomination rows since their party matters.
Anybody who says that the IEBC has no legal mandate to hear those disputes is coming from a point of ignorance, and they should be totally ignored. The IEBC is acting within the scope of the law, and the IEBC has also provided the framework by means of which to regulate those disputes and come up with a final solution.
But according to legal experts, the nomination exercise conducted by the various political parties in the country was a sham, and it will be a daunting task for IEBC to bring to order the mess created during the party primaries.
This whole systemic failure has will disenfranchise a lot of Kenyans, and it will just leave a bad taste in our mouths with another yet failed opportunity. The IEBC, in my view, never seized the moment. It is still in deep slumber, and I doubt, I'm not a prophet of doom, but I doubt if the 4th March elections will be conducted in the way we all envisage.
IEBC has, however, made it clear that the list submitted by political parties is not final and will still disqualify candidates if found guilty of electoral misconduct. Aaron Ocheng, KTN Prime.
The fate of TNA parliamentary aspirant Mary Wambui hangs in the balance as the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission threatened to disqualify or fine her for storming the offices yesterday night. The IEBC meets Thursday to decide punitive action against Wambui and outgoing members of Parliament Rachel Shebesh, Cecile Mbarire, and Njoroge Baya, who accompanied her to the Commission's offices Tuesday evening. The electoral agency says the behavior of the 4 breached election rules, exposing IEBC staffers to security risk, and is punishable. Sam Ogina has the details.
The electoral agency has protested the storming of its offices by TNA Othaya parliamentary seat aspirant Mary Wambui in company of outgoing MPs Cecile Mbarire, Njoroge Baya, and Rachel Shebesh. IEBC says the conduct of the 4 breached the elections code of conduct, putting at risk security of its staff. The commission is threatening to slap sanctions on the individuals branding their behavior unlawful. IEBC meets Thursday to decide on the punitive measures to be meted out to Wambui and the 3.
The commission calls upon all aspirants to show restraint and maturity in the way they address grievances concerning elections. We do not contest elections, we conduct them as IEBC.
But you're making our people anxious.
Wambui led an onslaught against IEBC Tuesday evening, claiming TNA denied her the party certificate for the Othaya MP's seat, instead awarding it to her rival Gishuki Mugambi, who lost the nominations, demanding IEBC's arbitration.
IEBC better know Kenya has changed and we have a new constitution. We are not fools. We are not sitting here like blondes, like we don't know what we are doing. These are not blondes, by the way. In case you thought these are blondes, these are not blondes. We are waiting. Midnight reaches, we have an course of action, and we will stop IEBC and it's the chair and all those commissioners from even conducting elections, because this is already a flawed system.
We wish to state that this commission will take stern disciplinary action against any aspirant who breaches or political party which is in breach of the electoral code of conduct.
Mugabe James Gechoke, 10,080 votes. Munana Mere Wambui, 13,000.
But after a protracted feud, TNA finally approved Wambui's win, even though she says she has not been issued with the final nomination certificate. A statement by party chairman Sakaja Johnson says Gishuki's appeal has been thrown out after testimonials from returning officer, vote tallying personnel, observers and media reports confirmed that Wambui floored Gishuki with majority votes. On the other hand, ODM National Elections Board has revoked nomination certificates in Nyanza and Western regions, suspending staff suspected of irregularities. A statement from ODM Elections Board Chairman Franklin Bett states, and I quote, "I have removed from office some members of staff suspected to have been involved in the irregularities. I have equally invalidated, therefore, those certificates previously issued and will personally issue fresh ones to replace those." End of quote. Western region officials Agri Azelwa and Maximila Wafula were arrested on Wednesday at Orange House for questioning, while James Segundo, who is in charge of Nyanza, and his son Valentin Ogundo, an IT expert, have gone into hiding and police are looking for them.
But as long as
Elsa Muranga aspirants who lost TNA party primaries led by former Mathioya MP JJ Kamotho have rejected the TNA nomination results, claiming the exercise was marred by massive fraud. Samogina, KTN.
Now that story brings us to the big question. And tonight we're asking you, should Wambui and her team be punished for storming IEBC headquarters? Send your brief comments beginning with a yes or no to our SMS number 8040, and we will sample some of your comments at the end of this live newscast. Now, the Othaya TNA aspirant Mary Wambui has finally been assured by the National Alliance Party that she is indeed their ticket holder for the Othaya parliamentary seat. But this came after much ruckus by the aspirant, whose daughter Winnie once again dragged in the first family into the Othaya drama, blaming Jimmy Kibaki for allegedly trying to force Wambui out of the race. Was Wambui just being melodramatic? Or is there another showdown going on behind the scenes between the businesswoman and the president's family? KTN's No Tieno has that report.
The battle is on to succeed Mwai Kibaki as Member of Parliament for Othaya. As fate would have it, the lady now considered the front-runner in TNA for the Othaya seat is Mary Wambui. There has been persistent speculation about a possible link between Wambui and the president, although the president has firmly stated he has nothing to do with the woman. Now, Mary Wambui's family has opened a war with the president's son, Jimmy Kibaki, while at the same time blaming government officials for having a hand in the drama unfolding in TNA over the nomination certificate.
Yesterday I was told my name was taken to IBC. Today I heard my name was removed. So I just want to know why other people are not given respect.
It's not a secret. The DC has been moved today to Meru. I know you're aware. The OCS has been moved. The OCPD. There is nothing wrong they have done. They were intimidated before by Jimmy Kibaki. And they were all told if Mama wins, they will all have to leave. And that has happened.
Jimmy Kibaki has refrained from commenting on this accusation, expressing his unwillingness to be drawn into this latest tirade from Wambui's family. But the stage was set for a showdown way back in December last year, when Jimmy openly endorsed Wambui's closest rival Gishuki Mugambi for the Othaya seat.
Aliniambia Jimmy, leo utaenda kanisa, utoke nyumbani uende straight direct Othaya kusaidia bwana Mugambi kufanya campaign.
This turn of events sparked intense debate as to whether Jimmy's endorsement meant that President Kibaki had also endorsed Gichuki. This flies in the face of persistent hints dropped by Mary Wambui herself about a personal relationship with the president. Asked in an interview with KTN recently about the nature of the relationship with the President Kibaki, this is what Mary Wambui said.
He's my MP, he's my president. Why? That is the family life. You know, but nobody can answer about the family life. That is a different as what I'm doing. Yes.
Right. And
that is my private life.
And the country has no business in your private life.
They know exactly, they know the truth. And the truth, no, you cannot hide the truth. They know what they know and what they believe.
This enigmatic reply was an immediate throwback to March 3rd, 2009, when a furious First Lady Lucy Kibaki and the President himself came out to categorically dismiss speculation that there was a relationship between Kibaki and Wambui.
You know, and I know, and everybody else knows that I'm married and I have only one wife. And everyone in Kenya knows it. But the media keeps repeating about my having another wife.
It is the second time Mary Wambui's name is coming to haunt the president just months to President Kibaki's retirement, and this latest showdown once again threatens to stand out as another attack on the Kibaki family name. Now, KTN Prime.
And still on party nominations and the just concluded party primaries in Mombasa, which were expected to be explosive, ended with no more than a whimper as bitter rivals in the Code Coalition pulled apart and got nominations in ODM and Wiper. The rivalries are now expected to go all the way to the ballot as politicians line up in camps to go against each other. And as Ferdinand Omondi reports, ODM completed its lineup today when Governor aspirant Hassan Joho named his running mate.
It was at the Mombasa Women's Hall that Hassan Joho called a meeting of over 700 elders from all corners of Mombasa County to seek their blessing and support to run for governor after securing ODM's nomination. But he also had a major announcement to make.
Timu yangu imekaa na ikachagua deputy governor.
Enter Hazel Katana, a communications expert who was picked among a wide selection of interested women. Until her appointment, she was the United Nations Communication Advisor in Kigali, Rwanda.
I was actually a member of the Bahari CDF, and so much as I've been out there, I've been in touch with this community, with the issues in Mombasa County.
I believe she will be a diligent leader that will serve the people of Mombasa.
Katana is reputed to have strong networks at the grassroots level. Observers suggest that Katana's appointment could be Joho's idea of a double-edged sword, which he hopes will capture the populous Mijikenda and women's vote in one strike. ODM's coastal wing has indicated that it will campaign separately from its CORD affiliate Wiper, whose candidates are bitter rivals of the former in what is likely to be a bruising showdown for the county's seat.
Wiper kazi yake ni kufagilia, tutafagilia Mombasa mzima katika general election.
But those who have moved parties, the electorate is the same. You will face the same voters who did not give you vote during the nominations.
The appointment of Hazel Katana essentially completes the ODM lineup that will be seeking elective posts during the March 4th election. And on Sunday, that team will be unveiled at a mammoth rally in Tononoka grounds, where they will campaign not just for themselves, but for their presidential candidate, Raila Odinga. Ferdinand Omondi, KTN, Mombasa.
And away from politics now, and the Law Society of Kenya has released a revised dress code for practicing advocates of the High Court that will see miniskirts banned in all courts and neckties made compulsory for male lawyers. All female advocates should from now on restrict themselves to wearing dark-colored skirt suits that fall below the knee and avoid any bright colors. And as Catherine Omonto reports, the move is aimed at bringing some sort of sanity in the lawyers' dress code, which had seen jeans and t-shirts infiltrate the courtrooms.
Just Since last year, the miniskirt debate plagued the Ministry of Education.
Mmeona hata Murang'a wasichana wanagoma masomo kutokana na kusema kwamba skati zile za uniform siko mrefu. Mimi nakubaliana nao.
Students from Rathia Girls High School in Murang'a went on strike demanding shorter skirts, and the minister was fully behind them.
Why are you dressing a schoolgirl like a nun?
The debate has reignited, this time along the corridors of justice. In a circular, the Law Society of Kenya chairman Eric Mutua has given strict instructions that female lawyers will, from now on, not be allowed to wear any revealing clothes, that is, sleeveless shirts and dresses, as well as skirts that fall above the knee. Instead, lawyers of the fairer sex should wear decent trouser suits, skirt suits that fall below the knee, and not forgetting having their hair held neatly away from the face when appearing before a judge, magistrate or tribunal. The suits and blouses they wear must be in dark colors, and when it comes to the shoes, female lawyers may no longer wear peep-toe shoes, but closed shoes unless they are suffering from a foot ailment. And both female and male lawyers can only remove their blazers in court if it's hot or permitted by the judge or magistrate. If any lawyer is found contravening the new dress code, it will be perceived as misconduct. The new dress codes are set to bring some sort of sanity in terms of dressing in the courts. Catherine Omwando, KTN.
All right, interesting there. Let's see how that debate progresses. Now, as the probe into the conduct of the man said to have impersonated a top police officer entered the third day, the suspect Joshua Waiganjo now says that he wants to meet Inspector General David Kimayo to share sensitive information surrounding his case. Waiganjo stated that his life was in great danger despite being in police custody and requested that he should be guaranteed security. Meanwhile, as the ongoing commission probing him, officers narrated how Waiganjo authorized their transfers even without any formal meeting. According to witness number 19, Julius Kalinda, Waiganjo operated using a different title every time he issued a transfer order. Witnesses also claim the imposter may have been involved in livestock theft and robbery of 2 lorries before he was arrested. All right, the Amani Coalition took their campaigns to Bomet County this evening. Amani presidential candidate Musalia Mudavadi said that he will bring the ICC cases back to Kenya if elected. It was also the first outing for the alliance's running mate Jeremiah Kioni, who was accompanied by KANU National Chairman Gideon Moi and KANU Secretary General Nick Salat.
Sisi tulikuwa ni jambo tumekuwa tukisema hata kabla ya kuanza kampeni ya kwamba hauna maana ya Wakenya wawili, watatu, wanne wapelekwe kule walaumiwe kwa mambo ambayo yalitupata sisi wote kama Wakenya, lakini mambo ambayo tuna uwezo wa kusuluhisha hapa nyumbani.
Mimi sina lengo la kulipisha kisasi kwa mtu yote. Mimi sitaki uhasama na wadui kati yetu. Mimi nataka Wakenya waheshimiane. Wakenya wote, wakubwa kwa wadogo, wakae kama kitu kimoja.
And a reminder to the big question tonight, and we're asking you, should Wamboi and her team be punished for storming IEBC headquarters? Send your brief comments beginning with a yes or no to our SMS number 8040, and we'll sample some of your comments at the end of this live newscast. You're watching KTN Prime, and just ahead, the long-awaited Konza City project takes off. Stay with us. Much of this down to priority economic growth given by President Kibaki when he took office back in 2002. Now, as the president begins preparations for his retirement, he has challenged those vying to take up the presidency to continue with the trajectory in a bid to achieve economic prosperity as stipulated in Vision 2030.
Over the last 1 year, President Kibaki has received constant reminders that he is set for retirement.
So many people are fond of reminding me that I am soon going to retire. And I want to tell them I have not forgotten.
In the last 10 years, the president has been a man focused on growing the country's economy. According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics data, by the end of the president's first term in office, infrastructure plans were being implemented, students in public primary schools had started learning free of charge, and economic growth had shot up to 7.1%. But as he prepares to pass on the baton to the next leader, the president was keen to underscore the importance of ensuring Kenya achieves and sustains an average economic growth of more than 10% per annum over a 25-year period.
What we really want to have from you, the citizens and visitors of this country, is that you should continue this rate of development. This rate. Think of building the next city and think of the next road to which part of Kenya.
Speaking during the groundbreaking of the Konza City Technology Park, President Kibaki was keen to remind Kenyans to embrace the strides made so far in economic development and demand better services from the incoming president.
Let us get used to this development of this Konza so that we can build development and have products to export to the rest of the world.
Kenya is gearing for a transition which will see the exit of the president and probably some of the officials that have been key to the economic agenda. It will be interesting to see how whoever takes over will continue with the same momentum. Reporting for KTN Business Today, I'm Michael Karanja.
All right, with the commissioning of the Konza Techopolis, the first of its kind in the region, expectation is abound from across the country. KTN's Joy Doreen Bera spoke to a few people on the sidelines of the groundbreaking ceremony on what they expect.
This is Konza City, sitting on a 5,000-acre piece of land. But let's take a look at the weather here, the climate. This is dusty, dry land that one would actually define as semi-arid. But then again, let's look forward. 17 years from today, this is what we're going to be seeing more and more of. Job opportunities for the civil aviation, experts, and of course more and more that will be coming here. Today, the 23rd of January 2013, President Kibaki did break the ground and set the ball rolling for all Kenyans for what is meant to be the biggest techno city in Africa. But what exactly does Konza City mean to the ordinary Kenyan, the youthful Kenyan, and of course the older generation?
This is a hub which is basically going to be the thinking hub where people are going to work. But accommodation is within there. But those people have got to be fed. Those people have got to be transported. These people who are going to be here, there's a whole host of services that they require. So behind the city, there's going to be a lot of opportunity in terms of providing services to the city. And this is going to be just more or less a seed. Konza Techno City is going to be almost 10 times the size in the next 30 or 40 years.
We are so proud and we are so thankful for the government because we are sure most of our residents will benefit from the training and from entrepreneurship. We would like, as youths, we would like to do a lot of investments in the Konza City.
And the benefits of Konza City basically lie in the information, communication and technology sector. How Kenyans are going to tap into the potential that lies beneath Konza City is just up to just how much effort they're going to put in it. For KTN, I am Joy Doreen Bera.